It looks really good.
Yeah.
Temperatures in the 50s today. It looks like we're trending up for the afternoon. So 54, maybe even 55. Something to watch. And that means we got a little more warmth to hold on to this evening. That's good news because the north wind's going to kick in and try to take some of it away. So 44 at 6, around 40 at fireworks time for us, and then cooling off through the 30s. But notice the wind gusts, some of those up to 30 miles per hour, and that may be the strongest later on this evening. There are some clouds to the east. Those are trying to move away. We're at 29 with pretty calm conditions. So the air temperature, the wind chill, those are similar numbers. Current numbers, upper 20s to right around 30 degrees as of right now. That's where we're starting off. And that's pretty much the story for much of the Nebraska side. There's a few more clouds on the Iowa side. That's kept the number up just a little bit. And those numbers are above 32. So first alert forecast shows we'll climb to about 54 degrees for the high today. And then notice we get towards 7. We're right around 40. And then the temperatures start to tail off. Any 30s you see on here for your evening hours will likely feel like 20s because of the wind. So notice the 8 o'clock wind chill 27, 11 o'clock wind chill down to 20. You're still going to want the heavy coat tonight if you're out and about walking around, going from place to place. But just remember, it won't be bitterly cold, and we've had much colder New Year's Eve. So let me show you what this looks like here. Winds out of the southwest up to about 25, maybe 30 miles per hour during the daylight hours today. That's going to help warm us up. And then by 4, you can see those starting to switch a little bit. By 6 to 7, there's your north wind gusting to near 30, sending that cooler air in. But something to watch. Fireworks are scheduled for around 7 o'clock, and I think somewhere in that 7 to 8 o'clock window, we will get our 30 mile per hour wind gust trying to come in from the north too. I don't know what the threshold is for fireworks and safely lighting them, but it is something to pay attention to this evening. Hopefully those stronger gusts wait until maybe a little deeper into the 7 o'clock hour we can get the fireworks off. But the clouds will filter in with that, and then the winds should gradually back off over the course of the night by early tomorrow morning. Not too much to worry about. It will be colder though. We'll lose about 20 degrees between today and tomorrow, so it'll be a colder start to 2026, the way things are looking as of right now.
We have had plenty of wind the last few days, but something we haven't had, rain or snow, not a lot of that lately.
Not a lot to be found. Had a little bit on Sunday. It wasn't much. It was an inch and a half, and that just wasn't a lot of moisture with it. So let's look and show you. There's snow up to the northeast. Again, this is where it just keeps falling. Minneapolis to Green Bay to Chicago. It's been mostly a Great Lakes thing, very typical of a La Nina weather pattern like I expected coming into this winter. That will change, but it hasn't yet. Drought monitor shows we're starting to see some 1 and 2 level droughts sneak into some of our western counties. That map's starting to fill in just a little bit, so we'll have to watch that over the course of the next 10 days to a couple months here and see how it trends, because 30s on Thursday and Friday, 40s on Saturday, should be 50s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday now. So it's trending up with a mild start for a little bit of 2026 as of right now. Sorry, I'm at the tail end of
I know, but you're doing well.
something my 4-year-old gave me.
That's how that works.
Yep.
So the wonderful thing about this time of year is that you can get anywhere you want on the roads if you head out in the morning.
And
no travel delays.
there's
to worry
not a lot going on. We have limited traffic, no school, nothing like that. A lot of people have this whole stretch off between Christmas and New Year's. So let's talk about what the travel's looking like. And trust me, it's going to be a short traffic segment here because not a lot on the road. The volume's pretty low. I will say yesterday in this spot, 480 and 80, the interchange here, right between the 24th Street off-ramp and where 480 meets up with I-80, the eastbound lanes in this little grassy area here, we had 2 spinouts off of this ramp here, and they both ended up down here. Now, it might have been just a random slick spot left over, but there's a little sheen on the roads. So the roads have sweat a little bit overnight. It's the contrast in temperature from the road to the air. And there could be a couple of slick spots because air temperatures now are back below 32. So any bridges and overpasses, they could have a couple of slick spots. 29 to 30 is about where our temperatures are around the city right now on some of the roads. So bigger picture shows a lot of green on the map. I don't expect that to change much. We'll see how it goes. And now, normally we get our heaviest volume here as we make our way towards 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we'll see if that changes, but it didn't yesterday. Hopefully it stays calm today and probably will be calm the rest of the week, the way things are going right now.
Hey, enjoy that time off.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Go Big Red!
Go Big Red! Go Big Red!
Oh yeah, they're excited. We are starting off with your Big Red extra coverage this morning. Husker Nation showing up in full force in Las Vegas ahead of today's big bowl game. Well, last night, fans were seen soaking in the atmosphere of Las Vegas. First Alert Sports Director Clayton Collier caught up with some of them. They talked about how eager they are to see their team play.
We love supporting the Huskers. We'll support them no matter what. And we're just glad it's a little bit warmer. New York was fun last year, but it's been kind of nice to be someplace warmer.
Well, you know, they're underdogs, but so was Bud Crawford when he came out here and wrecked Canelo, so let's see what happens.
He's got a point there. It has been more than a month since the last time Husker football fans saw their team take the field. After that disappointing end to the regular season, Coach Matt Rule's team faces a tall task now in its bowl game against Utah. The Utes have won 10 games, and they're playing in their first game under a new head coach. They also run the ball effectively. That's something Nebraska has struggled to stop.
We're a team full of men, they're a team full of men. Like, we've been practicing, they've been practicing, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about what somebody's done in the past or what somebody may do in the future. It's about what you do in that moment.
We enter this game knowing that probably a lot of people don't give us much of a chance. But, you know, that has nothing to do with us, how other people see us.
You can tell the way their team plays ball. It's going to be a physical matchup.
We're not a team composed of a bunch of five-stars, right? And we know that. And, you know, that's the chip we carry with us on our shoulder.
What you will see tomorrow from our team is a ton of energy. I feel like we have kind of a new life, new inspiration in the team.
I love Sierra's outlook, so kickoff from Las Vegas is set for 2:30 p.m. You can watch it on ESPN. We do have a first alert for some businesses this morning. Those annual food permits for businesses in Douglas County expire today. New permits are required by tomorrow in order for businesses to continue operating legally. If food businesses operate without a permit, they could face late fees, a suspension of operations, and possible citations. The Nebraska State Senator facing potential expulsion over an alleged groping incident addressed those allegations. When the legislature returns, Senator Dan McEwen will face a vote on whether he'll keep his position. McEwen continued to reiterate the incident was a poor joke, not meant to be sexual. He says he's not been able to tell his side of the story to Governor Pillen, who has called on him to resign.
Oh, because he's never asked. Again, I'm going to use an example about being a bad official. Okay, you threw the flag before you even seen the damn play. Oh, I told him that day. I said, you know what? I'm going to pray about it, and God will give me the message what I need to do. And it's again, I already mentioned it several times. This is all about the truth. We've got to get the truth out.
McEwen pleaded not guilty to a misdemeanor charge earlier this month. 33 votes are needed to remove McEwen from the legislature. Well, an end of an era for Omaha. A look back at the legacy Warren Buffett is leaving behind, plus another look at the forecast when we come back. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Sure hope your morning's getting off to a great start. As you know, it's the last Wednesday of 2025, and we are counting down the hours until a new year, and we're checking the forecast. If you have New Year's Day plans, and things are looking good.
Yeah, I tell you what, the daylight hours are great. The evening hours might have a little wind, but still, you know we have had colder New Year's.
Oh, for sure.
I can't remember the year, but there was one time we dipped down to 20 below. They canceled the fireworks. That will not be the case this year. We're going to climb in the 50s, warm day with some wind at times today. New Year is colder, couple of first days as clouds move in, but then longer range looks like a nice warm up tail end of the weekend and beyond. So right now, a little sheen on the roads. We'll see if that causes a few slick spots as temperatures are at 29 right now. So a lot of upper 20s. Most places with the clouds clearing out have settled down into the upper 20s to start off the day. The last little bit of some clouds, basically it's where the 30s are. So you can see right here, anybody east of there still has some clouds left over as they retreat off towards the east. So we'll warm up quickly. 54 degrees by 3 o'clock, gradually cool down through the 30s and 20s this evening for your New Year's Eve celebration. Don't forget about the wind chill. Those will be down in the 20s. A little interesting wrinkle is the wind picking up this evening at 7 to 8 o'clock hour. You can see some gusts trying to get up near 30 miles per hour out of the north. That's pesky. That adds a little bite to the air this evening. That really wasn't all that prevalent over the last 24 hours. So one thing with trends today is trended warmer during the day and a little windier at night. That's why you want to pay attention to the forecast. Sometimes you get those little short-term trends that pick up as we get into the day. So by 9 o'clock, we're near 30. By noon, we're up into the 40s, widespread 40s. A great afternoon on the way as we surge to about 53, 54 degrees. Look at mid 50s across a good chunk of Nebraska, a little cooler to the east. By 4 o'clock, we're cooling down, and then towards 6 and 7. Notice the clouds moving in from the north. That'll also be accompanied by some wind as we're right around 40 degrees. We fall off by 10 o'clock down to 32. Around midnight, we should be near 30, and then not a completely cloudy night as we settle back to near 20 degrees to start off the day tomorrow, and that'll set the stage for a chillier Thursday the way it looks. 34 for the first day of the new year, 34 on Friday as well, 45 Saturday, up near 50 on Sunday. Trending towards a pretty nice weekend. You notice it breezy there on Sunday. That would be a south wind trying to drag a little bit more of that warmth back in play for us.
All right, we mentioned we were looking for our next chances of snow. Do you think you've seen something on the forecast?
Yeah, there's hints of something end of next week. And let me tell you, you look at some longer range stuff here. Busier towards the end of next week. No clear-cut day that really sticks out just yet. Let me show you what models suggest here. Towards Sunday, Monday of next week, not much happening. Tuesday, pretty quiet. Wednesday, kind of get grazed by something. Thursday into Friday, though, this system starting to show up a little bit more. Now, it's bounced around a lot on models, no real consistency to it, but it is something to watch because I think whatever rolls through the end of next week likely unlocks our next batch of cold air, and that could move south. So not this coming weekend, but the following one. I think that's January 10th to 12th, somewhere in there.
Don't you do that. I
Watch
told you not
for
to
that.
do that
Watch
on
for
my
that.
didn't I tell you
Those
not
sort
to
of
do
things
that on my
happen in
birthday?
January, Sheree. That's just how it goes.
But it's good to have the heads up.
Yeah, so watch that weekend. I think the next blast of anything that might hurt a little bit with cold, it's going to be right out there in that weekend, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, well,
all right.
I figured.
We do have more news now. Today marks the final day at Berkshire Hathaway for the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. The 95-year-old has served as CEO for 60 years. Buffett has spent much of his life on the list of top 10 richest people in the world. According to Bloomberg, he has racked up a net worth of about $150 billion. Buffett will remain as chairman of the company. Vice chair Greg Abel will take over the reign as CEO. Happening today, a family-friendly way to celebrate the new year. The Durham Museum is hosting its Noon Year's Eve event. Children of all ages can enjoy a fun-packed celebration with live music and a balloon drop at noon. That event goes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Plus, happening tonight, it will be the Riverfront will be hosting the annual New Year's Eve fireworks spectacular. Parking meters are free after 5, so you don't have to worry about that. And there's really no designated viewing area. The city says you can enjoy the fireworks from any spot downtown. They will go off near Heartland of America Park starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Well, still ahead, an unplanned gift that made one woman's holiday season. Plus, we get ready to welcome in 2026 when we come back.
Well, new this morning, one woman has a holiday gift of her own heading into the new year.
Yeah, giving birth inside of a hospital is the ideal scenario for most mothers, right? However, babies often have their own plans, and that was the case for a baby born in Utah. Karina Largo says her water broke a few days before Christmas. As she walked into the hospital lobby, nurses quickly jumped into action. Minutes later, baby Jackson was born, delivered right on the floor of the lobby. Oh, but get this, under a Christmas tree. Largo says it was a great unplanned gift, and the family got another gift after the birth. The hospital gave them that tree. So they will forever have that tree.
That is a really cool idea.
Oh, I love it.
That's a story. That is a neat story that'll live on for a long time.
It is. All right, we're going to take one more live look at Sydney, Australia. They just rang in the new year at the top of the hour. The fireworks show just ended about 10 minutes ago.
You see the smoky haze there from it as well.
The practice of ringing in the new year dates back to at least 2000 BC.
The earliest known celebrations were in Mesopotamia. The Romans used March 1st as the New Year's Day, while other cultures used the autumn equinox or the winter solstice. In 1582, the Roman Catholic Church adopted the Gregorian calendar, which marks January 1st as the beginning of the new year. Easy to celebrate in the warmer climates, tougher to celebrate in the colder climates.
I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show where we showed Sydney, but that was quite the celebration.
There were
go
lights on the bridge, and they don't spare any expense there.
They do not.
That's kind of the noteworthy one that gets a lot of notoriety for the new year. But we had Auckland, New Zealand at 5 a.m. our time. We had Sydney at 7 a.m. I don't know what's next in the progression here, but
we'll keep track for you. You don't have to worry about it.
Goes
the question is, Rusty, are you going to make it? You know what time we get up in the morning. Will you make it to midnight?
Well, given the way I'm feeling right now as far as tired goes, the answer is probably no.
It's a no.
What about you?
I'm going to take a nap to ensure that I do make it.
I like it.
Yes.
We'll probably celebrate, but if you don't get that 4 or 5-year-old to bed any earlier,
it could be a rough New Year's Day for you.
Exactly. I'm thinking about future. I'm forecasting future Rusty's problems.
Okay. So we have a tradition. So we're gonna go to church for 7 o'clock, and then we go to our friend's house. Last year we hosted. They're hosting this year. Okay. We all kind of make breakfast, play games. Their kids and our kids are all friends. So that's how we're gonna ring in the new year. What about you?
Something
guys?
low key, just a group, 3 different groups of friends getting together and Yeah, nothing low-key. Let the kids play together, have some
Yes.
fun, get the energy out, get the wiggles out, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
And we'll,
See, friend
we'll be
time.
home by
Friend
9.
time's the best time.
Exactly.
All right, well, be safe, everybody. Sure hope you have a wonderful new year. We're going to get ready for our update in the Today Show. You can watch it here on streaming or over the air. Have a great day, everybody.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole. Let's get a check of First Alert 6 weather and traffic on this New Year's Eve. Jared, first alert us to a new crash.
Yeah, this is in Sarpy County as you make your way close to Springfield. On Platteview Road, westbound as you're approaching Highway 50 is where this one is. So watch for that area if you're going to be driving near there. You may encounter some emergency crews on the scene. Otherwise, watching for maybe a few slick spots that may try to develop. You can kind of see that sheen that's on the roads. Temperatures are just a little below freezing, and with that, especially when you get onto some of those bridges and curves, that's where we could sometimes have problems in these scenarios. So watch for that. One spot we had problems yesterday was the I-80 JFK interchange. That's in pretty good shape right now, as is much of the rest of the metro. Rusty.
Thanks, Jared. Yeah, weather's looking pretty good today. Things have trended up in a big way. 54 for the afternoon high today. That means we can still hold on to 40s by 6 o'clock, 30s through much of the evening. Just the wind is going to be a little bit more of a factor, a little bit more of an abrupt change with the direction this evening. So from 6 to 8 o'clock, we could have some 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts after having some southwest winds help us warm today. Up near 25 miles per hour during the day. The gusts will pick up out of the north this evening. So any temperatures in the 30s, they're going to feel like 20s when you factor in the wind. We'll watch that for anybody heading downtown to look at the fireworks. There's your wind chills in the 20s this evening. Once the sun sets and those numbers start to drop. Air temperatures, they're in the 20s this morning, and we should be able to warm pretty quickly. Again, up into the mid-50s for an afternoon high. Cerise?
Rusty, thank you. Annual food permit for businesses in Douglas County expired today. New permits are required by tomorrow in order for businesses to continue operating legally. Well, it is now 7:28. We're back with another update for you in about 25 minutes. We'll see you then.